Module 12, Nose and Ears. I will tell you about the structure of the human nose today and how to draw the basic shape by simplifying the complex structure to a slightly simpler form. Begin by drawing just an outline of the nose in its basic form of a triangle. I am using a dry pastel and drawing the nose from imagination. Draw a few sketches of the nose as you remember it. If you half close your eye to see the form of the nose, you will see a triangle and certain areas of dark and light as nostril and the bone of the nose respectively. So try and capture the total form with the shades. You may also draw the mouth, lips and eyes around the nose for the creative drawing to appear convincing. It will help you understand the nose in relation to the other facial features. For further clarity, shade the features and use your fingers to smudge areas for tonal variation. Attempt another drawing of the nose from the straight on front view. I smudge the nose to give it an overall neutral shade. Here you will notice two planes of the nose are visible, both the sides and the front. For the central bone, again look carefully to see a triangle shape, starting from the eyebrow center spreading to the side of the nostril. For the nostrils, place two ovals in either side of the bridge. Remember that the nostrils flare out diagonally. I will draw the lip in relation to the nose. Decide on the direction where the light falls from the shade the features from imagination. Similarly, develop the eyes too. The nose often appears as a very complicated feature to draw, as it protrudes out of the face. So you may choose to start with the simplest angle of the nose to draw, the side of profile of the nose. The obvious seen shape in the nose is a triangle. So begin with just that. Draw a triangle and add a small curve for the round of the nostril. Now notice the turn or shape at the tip of the nose. Another important area to catch the character of the nose or the model's face is by carefully observing the nose from the tip to all the way up between the eyebrows. Is it a smooth bone or is it bumpy? Observe and draw the line carefully. It is one of the most important lines in the facial features that defines the character of the face you are drawing. Observe how I am using all my fingers at a certain angle to smudge the pastel and create a stroke to suggest beard. These are spontaneous decisions. This sense gets developed over years of practice. Experiment and do not be scared of making mistakes. Let me explain the basic form of the nose again. Without a blur half-close eye view, it is easy to see the triangle form of the nose. Since profile is a simple angle, I will begin with that. Draw a triangle and add a small circle or a curve for a flare of the nostril. Use a soft charcoal stick or a dry pastel for the drawing, as these mediums smudge and spread easily on paper. A pencil is a good option too. However, the flexibility that a soft charcoal or dry pastel offers is the best for initial drawings. I will smudge the lines for smoother edges. I will draw another nose from imagination. Another important aspect is the quality of line from the tip to the center of the eyebrows. The quality of this line contributes largely to the character of the nose. This bone can be bumpy, smooth, straight, or crooked, defining the shape of the nose. Some people have a nose that protrudes out of their faces, while others have a flat, wide nose. A large, rough, bumpy nose is tougher to shade than a small, delicate nose with a straight bone. The tip of the nose can droop and appear like a beak, or can be round, changing the way light and shade is built. Fill your sheet with such drawings. Draw as many sketches of the nose as possible. Observe different people around you. Remember that nose is an important element in a human face. The rest of the features are developed in relation to the nose. And the nose is responsible for the character that the face carries. Whereas the eyes and mouth mark the expression on the face. Collectively, the long bone starting from the eyebrow center to the tip of the nose the shape of the tip and the flare of the nostrils are important aspects to be observed when drawing a nose. I will draw the nose from the front view using a live model. I will draw a horizontal line that suggests the width of the nose, followed by the two diagonal lines on each side for the nostrils. Another way of measuring the proportion is by visually measuring the length from the eyebrow center to the tip of the nose. With these lines, you have the proportion of the nose in place. How long and how wide the nose will be, along with the angle and length of the nostrils. I will draw the body of the nose around the basic line structure. I made the curves around the nostrils and considering this line as the central axis, I drew the width equally on both sides. The nose is like a small pyramid that rises above the flat surface of the face. This structure results in a strong play of light and shade. The nostrils are the darkest areas in the nose. And the tip of the nose, being the highest point in a face, usually catches the strongest highlight. I will smudge certain strokes and use the eraser for a clearer highlight. Slowly build details stroke by stroke. Do not rush and observe carefully before placing every line. I will draw the other features surrounding the nose. The character line which starts from the curve of the nostril till the corner of the lip. The both side is an important line on the face. It is found in most faces and is more visible with age. Observe these facets carefully and make a mental note of these aspects. Add the eye sockets to create depth and dimension in your drawing. I will show you another drawing of the nose from the eye level profile view. Measure the distance between the eyebrow and tip. This way you will have the length of the nose. Always remember to see the basic form of any object you attempt to draw. Keeping the basic form of a triangle in mind Draw the nose of your model, measuring the distance of the long bone. Width of the nostrils and curve around the nostrils. This is the same nose when viewed from the side. A final touch, I will add the shadow of the eye socket. The nose is a simple form to draw from the side view. It is the length from the eyebrow center till the tip, and the width of the nose from the tip to the curve of the nostril. Remember the skull. This area or the tip does not have a bone. The bone is present only till here, and I will mark the area for your understanding. See the front view of the nose very quickly. The dark area that I marked on the sheet has a bone. The rest of the area beyond this does not have a bone. The area that extends horizontally, or the point from where the nose begins to spread, is without any bone. The tip of the nose catches the maximum light and often makes for a strong highlight on a face. This part is soft and the bone beneath this is far behind, which is why it appears that the tip doesn't have a bone. Study the skull carefully if you do not get a real skull to practice. Refer to anatomy books to know the bone structure of the face. Practice a lot of faces. Look at another drawing to get this point clearly. This sketch is a rough drawing of the skull. And facial features individually. There are no shortcuts to learning how to draw and paint anything. You must practice, and that is the only way. I will mark a dark area on this profile view face to show you till what point is the bone. Then add some features to know the dimensions of a face better. See another example of the nose and its formation due to the underlying bone structure. The highest point in the bone of a nose is just below the eyebrow center. Some people have a very protruding bone at this point, and the profile view of their nose appears something like this. Another example of the nose, notice the bulk here. Which is because of a strong rising bone. From the front view, the bone can be seen very clearly on the top. Beyond that point, the nose begins to spread to form the nostrils. Certain pupils have a very crooked bumpy bone, forming the nose accordingly. Always complete the drawing by shading the area, imagining the source and direction of light. Look at the drawing of another nose from a live model. She has two strong cuts when seen from the side. The structure of her nose gives her a light bump in the middle, forming a nose with a strong character. The tip of her nose is round, and that gives a strong nose some softness. It also suits the bumps in the middle. I am drawing another nose from the front view. I will begin the sketch by first drawing the nostrils. I can start drawing the nose from any point as I know the proportions well. This needs a lot of practice. I will suggest you always begin by drawing the basic form of the nose first. Keep the following in mind. Measure the width of the nose from one end to the nostril to the other. Observe the width and diagonal angle of the nostril. Check the long straight bone and its shape. Observe the shape of the tip. Is it round or a sharper tip? Measure the distance of the bone starting from the eyebrow center to the tip of the nose. Mark the light and shade areas. Draw circles first before you attempt to draw the ear. Draw several such circles and fill the page completely. Train your hands and fingers. Keep your wrist supple and loose. Do not restrict your arm and shoulder socket. I will prefer if you keep a board on an easel and practice. The basic shape of the ear is a circle. The ear can be two circles, one on to top of the other. Half close your eye and see the form of the human ear. Observe very carefully how I am forming the strokes and scribbling circles on paper. This exercise is extremely helpful, though it may not appear so to a beginner. The purpose is to develop a strong line. These lines are the material that will later be used to build any drawing. A weak line will result in a weak drawing, as anything you draw is made up of permutation and combination of various lines. Same is the case while studying the complex structure of an ear. See how the same lines we scribbled a while ago will be seen as I draw a very simplified form of the complicated structure of the ear. The shape of the ear is like a cashew nut and is formed of circular lines. See another drawing of the ear. It is quite simple as a basic form that curves at 5 different points. You can make two circles, one on top of the other, overlapping each other slightly and open from the side. This form appears like a human ear. do a lot of exercises like this, drawing circles and ovals from left to right and right to left. Before you make the perfect ear, do lot of sketches, scribbles and doodles to make your hand free. I will add some strokes around the ear to suggest hair. And the dimension of the ear will be clearer.